Con, that was a great story. I mean, just about talking about Con going to NHL was like the coolest thing ever. I remember like he's like, yeah, we're on the plane. You can get whatever you want on the plane. I got a beer, and then we get to Nashville, and like what a cool like thing of I'm sitting on the bus in the American League now. Connor's sitting in the plane going from Buffalo to Nashville, and it's like he's like, yeah, I just got a couple of beers. Like me and Gio are good friends. I'm like, G, like, it's like, yeah, Gio, I tell you, my buddies. And, but it was such a cool thing. Like, but then back to the mentorship. Like, as Con, we were waiting for you to sign back on here. Wonger and I were talking about Cash, and he's probably one of the most influential guys that we've been lucky enough to become really good friends with, and had the fortune of being coached by him when he came to Quinnipiac there our sophomore year. Because I mean, we had good teams there and good guys, and Ram was a good coach, but bringing Reed in like just kind of brought everyone's kind of seriousness and the way he was as a person and a player, and then as a coach, like just kind of rubbed off on everybody, and not only from the players but to the rest of the coaching staff as well. And like you can just see how successful he's been and why, because of the type of person he is and the way he carries himself. And he's one of the guys that whenever we have something going on in our life, that I think that we kind of, he's one of our best friends. Like we want to talk to him and ask him for his advice, and just an unbelievable resource and whatnot too, and an even better guy. Like he's been through it all of adversity of call-ups and being a stud at Quinnipiac and being sent down. And I mean, he's probably one of those guys that could have played in NHL if, you know what I mean, things went the right way, but he got there a different way, coaching and stuff too. So
yeah, it's interesting what you say. I mean, he was in my freshman season, 2006, he was our captain. He was like every year was an All-American, like D-man and Hobie Baker candidate, and all that stuff, obviously being recognized. But then, just to cap it off, in his last year as a senior, we made it to the ECAC finals, where we lost to Clarkson, but just kind of shows, with his leadership, we were big underdogs to make it that far. But just how well we did that year was just from a lot of leadership on that team, and guys that loved him and bought in, even in his class of seniors and all that. We had such a wide range where they were building the program, but unbelievable guys on the team.
Yeah. I mean, I think like the guys that you played with from those teams, like, are some of the guys that, although they didn't have, the seasons they didn't have a championships or anything like that, but they brought the program of how you treat people afterwards and alumni. And like, those are the guys that really have done a good job, I think, of, I don't know, like sticking around on the East Coast, and like they have just become guys that resources for us to talk to, and which is so cool. Like that they all have that they're either coaching or doing jobs and doing stuff like you're doing, or they're working in finance or something like that. But the type of people that were there were like the type of people that I don't know that Reed kind of brought in his buddies, and like goes to show of like you can still have a culture and whatnot too, and try and get it going, even doing what the best of what you got, kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. I think for all the younger kids, parents that are having to make that decision for their kids to go to college and NCAA, just the experience and memories that you get from going to college. I can't think of anyone with bad experiences other than some guys that have gotten kind of cut and had to change programs. But other than that, like you kind of make it of what it is of going to classes, going to school, getting your education, but then also the friends that you always meet. You're always going to be surrounded by so many people that are doing the same thing as you, getting their education. And then you're around the hockey team of guys that just love to have fun.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like having like the Quinnipiac community family, like the alumni, the teachers, the support staff that you have, like as a whole, I think, I mean, you can add to it. It's just, it was like super cool to be a part of, like how many people are pulling for the organization, the hockey team, all the athletics. Like they want you to do well in school and do well in everything. And it was just like a really, amazing experience for Kellen and I to just come from a small town. It's all of a sudden like, you have so many friends and family now that within the out east, it's kind of been crazy to see like how many people you've met and the contacts you've made from just attending Quinnipiac, and it shows a lot to where the program was and what it's come to, over the last like 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, I think the constant thing the whole time, other than if you take out talent and where guys go, obviously, I think things have changed with opportunity there too. But always just so many great guys and people just going through the program. You look at their successes now of, whether it being jobs, but with their I guess families and happy their lives and
really
keeping in touch with a lot of them.
Absolutely.
Like I have actually one funny one. Like obviously we're twins, and like I don't think we like look the same on the ice, like the way we skate or handle the puck or anything. But obviously on the back check, I guess coach must have like saw something else. But like I'm the fourth guy back. Connor's the third guy back. It's a 3-on-3, and we're playing Providence like right before Christmas, and like we didn't have a great freshman year. Like Connor, I was telling Wonger, I'm like, it was hard to fill Wonger's shoes.
Just 35 goals freshman year. Like, yeah.
I think coach expected us to have that. And we're like, we came in like not having a great start. But like game before Christmas, I'm back checking. I'm not really back checking. Like, I'm like, there's 3 people in front of me. I'm just like making sure the fourth guy doesn't get in front of me. Like, I know how to back check. Like, so Connor goes towards a guy and like another defenseman. So it's now 2 guys on one of their players. He passes the puck to the next guy. Then it's a 2-on-1 and they score. So I get back to the bench thinking like, I'm fine. I have my guy. And I get back to the bench and coach is just like this sitting staring at me. And I'm like, he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I have my guy. Like, he's like, you didn't expect that to happen? I was like, why? I'm like, no, I didn't expect that to happen. Like, I figured Connor had his guy. He's like, you have to expect bad things to happen. I'm like, so I got benched for the rest of the second period for Connor going to get another guy like on the ice. And I'm like, Connor probably blew him up. Like, sure, good job. But like, I'm the guy getting benched for my brother's mistake. I'm like, after the game, I remember being like, do I say something to the coach or like, and I'm like, no, I'll just go home and whatever.
Yell at my brother.
I'll just be like, Con, can you believe this? The one thing I did, the only thing that did happen during that game, I'm sitting on the bench and I'm like, obviously pissed off I'm not playing. But Connor's stick broke on the back check. And I was sitting on the bench and I like got up and I threw my stick off the bench as I'm like getting set and I threw it right to him, like probably 25 feet. And Connor caught it and then came back in the zone. I don't think that's legal, but that was like one of the things I'm like,
it's a good looking play.
You're still sitting on the bench, but you're helping out your team,
Yeah, that's right.
Look back to make sure Rand sees it. Obviously didn't, but
yeah, good.
The boys are pretty pumped
up there too. That's a I guess a popular Rand thing to say is gotta expect bad things to happen.
Oh
yeah, I mean he said it the next 4 years, so I obviously
got it now.
I don't think I ever got benched again, but and then was it our sophomore year, Connor, or freshman year? I think it was sophomore year. We like I think we lost to Yale. It's like another funny story, but we lost to Yale I think 3-2, and like they had some good players like Uncle Bell.
Freshman year.
Oh, freshman year. O'Neill and Brock Little, and like they smoked us. Like
we lost like 7-0.
They were way better than us. And coach comes in and rips Connor and I. Like, and I'm like, actually had a goal in the game, and like I'm getting ripped for like we got lost like 4-1 to a pretty good team. Like they went to like the semis or something. And the next game we're playing Brown, and we're on different lines for the first time ever in like our life. And like I remember looking at it being like, is this guy kidding? Like whatever. But we're still in the same power play unit. So we don't play the game together, but we ended up playing the power play, and we have like, I think a goal and an assist, and like we're coming back, and Rand's like, "Told you guys," and we're like, "What do you mean? We still passed to each other, had a goal and an assist." Like he's like, "I told you guys need to get you going." We're like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah, he's oh man.
He treated us so well. We love Rand, man.
Yeah, all the coaches there. I mean,
yeah.
Like I was saying, everyone involved with the team. Like you go from Benny Sire to Riga to Rand to Cash. All the guys were recruited us that were there. Like it's so funny. Like I'm in a baseball pool with like the guys like Henny and like guys from your year, and it's just really fun having that same. Like it's a friendship really. Like throughout it, even though we didn't play together, but we've known each other, and you have the same stories about the coaches or whatever, and the workouts, like the Monday or the Friday morning, Saturday morning workouts. Like just like it's so fun to just be a part of something like that, and I think going to school is just the best choice for us. It's not for everybody, but for us, like that whole thing was, I mean, you make lifelong friends, really. I mean,
I think one thing to remember too is like for the kids, like I mean, it's hard to get a Division I scholarship, but going to play Division III it's great hockey too, and there's a lot of good players that play. Like my wife's brother played Division III, and like he did just the same stories that we have, and like they have the same experiences and stuff too. So you can keep playing your hockey career and playing CIS and stuff. Like it doesn't end if you don't get a Division I scholarship or something. Like I think that's you gotta remember that. Like it's not it's not easy to get, and like so you can still prolong your career and do that kind of things and keep playing hockey and doing the things that you want to do in like other levels and stuff too. And it's the same experience you get that alumni, and that's how you those are the friends that you have the rest of your life too. It's pretty cool to have that sort of experience for sure.
Yeah. Okay, guys, thanks a lot for joining us. Connor and Kellen Jones, the Jones boys, the twins, Quinnipiac alums and 7th-year pros.
7th year.
Kellen currently in Västervik, Sweden, but and Connor working for the State and Live. That's what I'm rocking.
Trying to get another job.
That's right. Just waiting on contracts of what's going to happen here with this hockey season. But appreciate all the stories and
hopefully that was okay.
Info for the followers. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Lots of people following along, and you guys are definitely well known out west here, British Columbia, and then obviously out east at Quinnipiac, New England area. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, buddy.